Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video, and this is going to be another challenge video for the Thrill Me Thursdays challenge by Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham. Now this one is basically your top 5 Blockbuster horror films. Basically these are 5 films that you remember renting from a Blockbuster store and things like that. And the ones that really stood out to you the most. Surprisingly enough, when I was a kid, I would always go through Blockbuster or Hollywood Video or things like that. I would always look at the horror section. I wasn't old enough yet to rent the VHS tapes because they were R-rated horror films and all that stuff. But I didn't. Surprisingly enough, like when I first turned 17, when I first was starting to watch R-rated stuff, like most of this R-rated horror stuff, Blockbusters and all that stuff. There were a couple that were still around that did rentals and things like that. So. And they actually still had VHS tapes. A couple VHS tapes, but mostly DVDs though. But I wanted to do the VHS section just because we still had a VCR and things like that. I still had a VCR. And these are the 5 that I remember the most. So let's get on to the top 5 list. Number 5 for me is Child's Play. The first Child's Play, the first introduction that we got to the character of Chucky. Just a great character and great cast of Catherine Hicks, Chris Sarandon, Alex Vincent, Brad Dourif as Charles Lee Ray. And I remember always being really creeped out by the poster art with Chucky and the butcher knife like this and things like that. But I also really do enjoy the second film's artwork too, with the swords coming down and the Jack-in-the-Box and things like that. A really cool poster art. That's like the one I remember the most. Also from when I was a kid, I remember seeing that VHS cover a lot in the video store, so that's the one that definitely stands out for me. Number 4, you're looking at it right over here, Candyman. This is another one I remember really creeped out by the poster, the VHS tape, and things like that of Candyman. I remember also seeing too like the VHS covers of the sequels as well. I always thought that was a creepy poster with the bee and the eye, and you can see the Candyman silhouette inside the iris of the eye. And I've talked about this film a lot of times before. Great creepy character, the Candyman, played very well by Tony Todd. Virginia Madsen, Xander Berkeley, and things like that. Just a great set of character actors in the movie, and a great horror film based on the urban legend of the Candyman. And things like that with the hook hand and the bees, and Candyman's a classic. Number 3 is one that I grew up with a lot when I was a kid. I remember seeing the PG-13 cut a lot on TV, on pay-per-view back when we had that, and the VHS was I remember renting the PG-13 VHS because I think it wasn't R-rated, because I think it was originally rated R, then it came out PG-13 in the theaters back when it was briefly out in '99, and then I think when I went to VHS, it was PG-13. But I think when it came to DVD, it was the R-rated cut. But it's Bats. This is a film that I've talked about before. I think I reviewed it, last year when I did my... I think I reviewed it during the Halloween month last year, or one of the other challenges where it was like a Thanksgiving challenge, or it was one of those challenges I remember reviewing the film. It might have been the Halloween special. When I was reviewing 31 horror films during that month. And this is a great creature feature movie. I grew up with this film. Really likable characters, great cast. Lou Diamond Phillips, Dina Meyer. You have Leon, Bob Gunton, just a lot of other people in the film as well. Same guy that went on to do The Hitcher 2 and Carnosaur 2 and things like that. And I think he also went on to do Joyride 2. I believe that's the same director as well. But really good creature feature about the bad expert and the sheriff investigating the small town that's being taken over by these mutant killer bats, and they have to stop them. Great creature feature movie. Number 2, the original Elm Street. What more can you say? I remember just being really freaked out by that poster art of the VHS tape. And I always loved the cover arts for the Jason films, the Elm Street films, and I remember they always had really cool looking VHS covers, like the original posters of the movies. But Elm Street is a great movie, fantastic movie. And surprisingly enough, my number one blockbuster horror that I remember the most is Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. Because I remember loving the cover with the Jason mask and the eye, and the knife was in the eye, and you see like blood and things like that. And you know, I remember just falling in love with that cover. I remember seeing parts of the VHS tape when I was a kid, because one of my older cousins rented it, and things like that. And I just remember, you know, that's what made me really fall in love with the character of Jason Voorhees, and that's like a childhood thing I'm always going to remember. So that is pretty much it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. You guys take care.